But the first book that I wanted to mention is Think and Grow Rich from Napoleon Hill. By the way, a very chauvinistic book if you read it today, but the lessons are absolutely there. I read this book first, Robert, I think when I was 18 or 19 years old, and it impacted the way that I look at a lot of different things. And there's a lot of, there's multiple ways that you could look at this book. You could pull out all sorts of chapters, but what I just want to take one little saying out of this, and then I'll go on to the next book as we pair these together. So there's a saying here, so Napoleon Hill says, opportunity has spread its wares before you. Step up to the front, select what you want, create your plan, put the plan into action, and follow through with persistence. And I like that quote because it's spread throughout the entire book. And it's this whole idea of if you want anything in life, if you want anything in business, you have to set goals.
Yep.
Things just don't happen. You have to set your goals. You have to have some idea, and they might change. You have to have some idea what you want. And that was probably so 18, 19 years old. That's the first time when I started setting any kind of goals. And then quickly on the heels of that one, someone gave me The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. And from that one, again, a wonderful book, but this is an idea. So you pair the setting goals thing that Napoleon Hill talked about, and then you go into this idea of beginning with the end in mind. But I don't know if you do, I still use begin with the end in mind in a lot of my presentations, because I talk about, especially as a content entrepreneur, hey, if you're going to do this thing, what do you want out of it? Like visualize what the end would be. And this is for anybody in content marketing, anybody in content creation. Like, why are you doing this? What's your purpose? What are you going to get out of it? What do you think that the measurement should be? What's the end result? So begin with the end in mind, which Stephen Covey says, and I pulled out a little part here. It says to begin each day, task, project with a clear vision of your desired direction and destination, and then continue by flexing your proactive muscles to make things happen. And it was probably then in my life, Robert, that I started to write down my goals. So I had some idea in my head through Napoleon Hill, like, okay, well, what do I want to do with my life? What does happiness mean to me? What are my career goals? And then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to take what Stephen Covey says, start to write those things down. And that's when I created my little goal setting system that I've talked about on this podcast before, where I said, okay, now I'm going to take those goals and put them into 6 categories: financial goals, family goals, spiritual goals, mental goals, physical goals, philanthropic goals. And from that, I take those 2 books and brought it together.